guys, welcome to another Try Not to Get Scared challenge. And, this is not like a Try Not to Get Scared challenge. It's just a list, 8 extreme haunted houses that take it too far by Mr. Nightmare. If you want to watch the video, that's what it's called. But this looks pretty scary, so here we go. It's 12 minutes, so. Someone have Cheetos there.
Number 8, Dead of Night. Dead of Night was an attraction on Long Island. It had one of the most horrifying haunt openings many had ever seen. Everyone waited in lines listening to a calming "We are here for your protection" recording.
Everything will be okay. You
No.
are safe.
No.
We are here to protect you and care for you. We love you. Nothing is real. All is well.
They're
Which
gonna
was
show them.
interrupted at intervals by an air raid siren and men in gas masks and suits who each grabbed an unsuspecting patron and dragged them into the haunts. However, you would be lucky if you were dragged in. Some people were zipped
Make
into
sure you
body
feel the
bags,
fall.
and some were thrown over actors' shoulders and carried inside. The haunt opened with this very strong abduction scenario. Then the focus shifted to humiliation, which included the smearing of strange substances on patrons' faces and even hitting people in the face with large and painfully heavy objects, going as far as fake genitalia.
How crazy is
Dead of
that?
Night has been discontinued from the Chamber of Horrors this past year. Number
I
7,
know you can't see
Scare
because
House,
of the
The
light. I
Basement.
see that.
The basement at Scare House is an intense, immersive, and interactive experience
way
inside a nearly
the camera
100-year-old historic and
but
apparently
I'm
actually
supposed to
haunted
come down the
building. You may enter in pairs or alone, though odds are not many people will be entering this place alone.
What the heck?
The actors in this haunted house are incredibly convincing, and there's a lot of improvisation and dialogue as you make your way through
What
each
is
scene
that?
of your own personal horror
Oh,
movie. It's not possible to make it from start to end without coming into contact and having to deal with the actors playing with you for a while. There is extreme physical contact,
this is
sexual
that
undertones,
scary.
real
It's
electric
just
shock, religious themes, and much more.
weird and nasty.
Like most on this list, you must sign a waiver before entering. The basement can get so disturbing that the
it's not
attraction
scary so far, so
responsibly
it might
has a
be,
safe
like,
word to
later
yell
in
out if a
the video.
patron happens to feel violated or too uncomfortable.
That was
Number
scary.
6, The
That was
Cult.
really
The Cult was an
scary.
attraction located in North Conway, New Hampshire.
But it
The
didn't jump
Cult
up.
has been called the ultimate in terror, only for the die-hard fans of true horror, for those who want the true experience of real-life terror to test your fears. It is an hour-long attraction you must walk through alone, absolutely no groups allowed. Going through it, you would encounter violent and sexual situations, and
Did
would
you
be
say
touched many
sexual?
times. Many times. As the nervous patrons meet a man before entering the attraction who asks if they have any problems with darkness, heights, claustrophobia,
whoa.
eels,
Stop right
rats,
there.
bugs,
Stop,
needles,
stop,
or being
stop
fully
right there.
submerged
Oh
in
my.
water, one would have to wonder, what am I getting myself into? Patrons are given a red card on a lanyard. If one decides the experience is too much, they can give up their safety pass and it will be over.
What the
And
freak
then,
is
one by
that?
one, patrons would be asked to step into a chairlift that leads to a dirt path,
That
which
was
would then lead
weird.
to a
It
cabin
was
where you
like,
would meet a man who would shove you into a booth, yell at you, spray unknown liquids in your mouth, throw a bag over your head, and then carry you
Liquids in
outside
your
where the
mouth?
simulated torture
What?
continues. As one continues on, it only
It's
gets
just on the
worse.
street or now
Throughout
it's
the
a house.
attraction, you would encounter
Oh,
live
it's
animals,
like a
for
wolf.
instance, having cockroaches crawl over you, forced edibles, for instance,
Is that
being
cockroaches
forced to
in there?
drink animal urine, extreme violence, extreme sexual violence, and much
Can
more.
you stop saying
The cult has
sexual?
been closed since 2013. Number 5, Blackout Haunted House. This haunted house has 2 locations, one in New York and one in California. It features extreme violence, full frontal nudity, sexual situations,
Can
forced
you
edibles,
stop saying
submersion in water,
sexual?
physical contact, and you must enter alone.
Oh my god, that's
Patrons have
making
been
me feel
abducted in
uncomfortable.
vans, faux waterboarded, and even rolled naked in a sheet of plastic and forced to walk barefoot down a
Naked
used
in a sheet
condom-covered
of
hallway.
plastic.
Said hallway would lead to a sexual assault scene.
Can
The
you
horrifically
stop
tall
saying
figure having
sexual?
sex with a frail
Oh
woman in
my
a blood-covered
god.
bed. As a
It
patron
makes
would
me
pass,
feel
the tall man
uncomfortable.
would stand up, exposing his nude body, and then make physical contact with the patron. Blackout Overall relies on darkness, loud noises, violence, and sexual situations to terrify
Can
its
you stop
customers.
saying
Until
sexual?
recently, it has been a solo-only experience, but now groups are allowed. Number 4, Shocktoberfest Naked and Scared Challenge.
Naked and scared.
Shocktoberfest has
Challenge?
proven that, along with intellectual and
naked?
physical fears, haunted houses can also tap into superficial fears, namely the fear of one's own body. The Naked and Scared Challenge allows guests to traverse a dark haunted house nearly nude, literally stripping off outer layers of protection. However, after a brief battle with a local township, the creator of the attraction decided he couldn't allow guests to participate naked, so guests are now to wear the smallest underwear they could fit into. Guests of the attraction have said removing clothing makes the experience more intrusive, personal, and intimate. Employees use special
this
techniques
video,
and
I
devices.
swear,
For example,
has taken
water
it
and air
too
glasses,
far.
among others,
Get
to
it? Because
heighten
it says
the
it in the
experience.
title. That's why
Coupled
they
with
put it in
near-freezing
here.
fall weather, it becomes a rush for those who are daring enough to go through in their underwear. When patrons have that psychological layer of protection removed, it's a whole new
WTF
sense that's available to
is
be
going on?
entertained
They're just
and
like-
exploited.
And then like, what? But I think.
Number
Okay,
3,
I think we could do
Freakling
that.
Bros.
Is
Victim
this the movie
Experience
It? Because there's a
This Las
freaking bomb
Vegas
at the.
attraction features partial nudity, submersion in water, electric shock,
that the
and
ring?
extreme physical contact. The victim experience is
Who for
incredibly intense,
contact
and you
me?
must go through alone. Patrons will experience
Why
extreme physical
are
contact,
they red
light
though?
torture,
Is that the
simulated
KKK?
drowning, and
I
more.
want the KKA.
One patron said he watched a camouflaged attacker appear out of nowhere,
Why
grab his
is there
colleague by the foot,
clowns?
then knock her
Why is
down
there
and drag
that
her
guy?
away down a long hallway. He was left alone in the darkness until the attacker came back for him and threw him over his shoulder. Patrons will experience real electric shock, as well as the feeling of near drowning as they are submerged underwater. As the title of the attraction suggests, once you enter, you are a victim. You will experience pain, you will be tied up, and you may be carried and thrown. Freakling Brothers actually runs 3 haunted houses every year: Castle Vampire, Circus of Horrors, and Gates of Hell. The Gates of Hell became one of the first haunted houses in the country to be R-rated due to graphic content and the requirement of patrons to be over 18 and sign a waiver. The victim experience takes place in the Gates of Hell, and it simulates what it would be believed to be like to die and actually go to hell. Without giving too much away, victims are put in several scenes where they're
I'm not doing
touched,
that. I don't
forced to
want to
get
do
down
that.
on their knees,
I
and
don't want to
subjected
die.
to things that
But it's gonna
anyone
have to
would
happen
find shocking.
sometime around.
Number 2, the
It's gonna
Raven's
happen
Nest.
sometime.
One of the lesser-known
Like an
extreme haunted
old
houses, the Raven's
shot.
Nest has been
This is
closed
fuck-
since 2009. It had been closed after it was deemed as too extreme by the town. The Raven's Nest featured actors
Oh, is that a
who
zombie?
inflicted pain on the patrons, as well as other humiliating
The
methods of
girl's
torture.
so wet and
The owner, Mike McMayer,
bloody
would hire mostly
person
larger,
looks
more
like it's about to
intimidating
eat her.
actors who would be
Eat her.
capable of easily picking up,
that
tying, or
looks like
shoving
a zombie.
patrons.
And one guy's like,
Visitors would also be kicked to the floor and forced to do things like lick the ground, eat disgusting foods and liquids off the floor, and even have actors stick their fingers down patrons' throats to induce vomiting. The attraction also played with claustrophobia, having patrons crawl through air vents filled with real cockroaches and spiders, as well as
Okay,
constant
this
tight,
is
cramped
kinda
rooms and
scary.
pathways.
because of
There
what
was
he's
no
saying
safe word,
and the
which may have
pictures
been
and
a small
everything.
factor in the eventual closing of the Raven's Nest. Number
I
1,
like how it covers
Key
up
Manor.
their
This San
you know,
Diego attraction
place,
shouldn't even be
area,
in the same category as
your
regular
private-
haunted house attractions.
Uh,
This extreme haunt tops this
Ugh.
list because it can use scare tactics that are off limits to professional
whoa,
attractions.
whoa,
It
holy.
also can't be said that what goes on in this place is safe.
They're like tied
Participants
up
are
and then
covered
they're
in
like
blood,
in a cage.
forced
Some
to
of
eat
the faces are
disgusting
in a cage
things,
and they're so
threatened
bloody.
with power tools, stuffed in a clothes
What
dryer,
did they do to
submerged in
you?
water, physically assaulted, forced to drink urine, and even given an unwanted haircut.
Done.
Are you quitting? Say it then.
I'm quitting.
No, you're not. Figure up here.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Participants often are covered in blood, commonly their own, and so far nobody has made it through to the end.
What?
There is
Why
no
is there
safe word,
spiders
and
in?
they only
There was
pull
like
the plug when
these
medically
cockroaches
necessary.
in his mouth, and then he had.
This house plays
Ah!
with people's fears of claustrophobia, with tight spaces and corridors, people's fears of spiders, with restrained victims having up to or even more than 4 tarantulas crawling over their faces, people's fears of clowns, and just about anything else you could think of. Perhaps one of the more shocking parts is that the experience goes on for about 5 to 8 hours. Maybe that's why nobody's made it through to the
I'm
end
just
yet.
waiting till this video's
The
over.
McKamey Manor house is for extreme horror lovers only.
Why
who wish
did
to
they put a
experience what
snake in
true
there?
terror or gross out torture feels like. But apparently there are a lot of people who wish to experience it, as there's a waiting list of more than 17,000.
Oh. To men who don't know what they're getting into. A clip of what you men don't know what they're getting into.
So this is our video to you, Russ. Wish us luck. Checking in, everybody. If we don't talk to you again, we love you all. Mwah. Bye. See you soon. See ya. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know.
Why do they look like Mario and Luigi?
I want to quit! I want to quit! I want to quit!
Get those hands up. Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
Because I'm a big pussy, Russ.
Yeah.
No, you guys are fucking freaking out. Sorry, sir.
It's because you're useless.
Stephen! I'm scared.
No, we haven't started yet. We haven't started yet. We haven't started yet. We haven't started yet. Why are you crying?
I'm scared, Russ.
Yeah. I'm scared. Okay, give us more water. Let me relax. You're okay. We're okay right now.
I don't want to go back. Definitely
All right.
don't.
Tell us what's going on, Steve. Tell us what's happening.
Nobody should fucking do this.
Yeah.
Nobody should do this.
Okay. If you remember what this video is called, and you actually watched it until that part, don't freaking go there, because that place looks scary. And there was a freaking spider on his face, and then they have to put, and then they put their a cage on your head, or they just put blood all over you and do it. That looks, oh my god. If I find those places, oh my god, and if someone that I'm walking with or driving with wants to go in there, I'll be like, don't go in there, you'll die. I saw a YouTube video of it. Dude, I swear I'm going to okay, I don't know why I have it in the video, but just don't go to that place. There's another one. I'm not watching it. I'm just gonna watch like Jacksepticeye or something. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna put the name of it in the description, then you can watch it. But when you get to that part, don't go to that place, okay? Or the clown place.